Yes, good day. Today I'm going to talk about the presentation question, task 3 on the case study flycloud. All right, so I think it's pretty much straightforward. I will just read quickly what it's about. So you're required to plan and present a logistics report to the board. All right, where you would answer several questions. Now, your proposal might consider several routes, all right, or maybe one route, and strategies for faster delivery and reverse logistics efforts. So, reverse logistics is a mechanism that would see you shipping an item for repair, and that item will return, right? So, when you ship an item to repair and that item returns to the organization in a serviceable condition, that is an example of reverse logistics, right? Very common in the aviation industry. Now, and also considering that most important export shipments for rotating spares shipment are done out of North America and Europe. This happens to be where the two companies are located, Super Turbines and North Star Aircraft Limited. All right. So you must take into consider transportation modes and Incoterms. All right. This year, flycloud global caterers, by the way, has become a logistics and distribution issue or bugbear for the board. So they are looking forward to workable solutions. Remember, the location was questioned by some customers. All right. So the following must be addressed in a live PowerPoint presentation. Well, in a presentation that you'll do in the classroom. Note that high marks will be awarded for content where students are able to draw from real life examples, if you can. For example, if a particular airline organization might have applied a particular strategy to address such an issue, then you can talk about it, right? It's not absolutely necessary, but if you can, fine. All right. Now, these questions you must answer. For example, why is reverse logistics an important supply chain function to the airline industry? Well, again, use these questions as a guide, right? So why is it important? Well, without reverse logistics, aircrafts would not fly. All right. When spares go bad, you have to ship it to repair, Straightforward answer. Very important. And you can add other things as well, right? You can do research and add other pointers, but it's critical. Provide examples where this function is applied within the sector or other sectors. Well, I'll give you a tip. Reverse logistics is very common in Amazon. For example, if you buy something from Amazon and it's the wrong size, quantity, Amazon will ask you to ship it back for them. They'll collect it and then they will reconcile the error. All right. Apple, they also do it. An example is where you see Apple taking used items, all right, or used phones, and taking the salvaging, the good items from it. That is also seen as reverse logistics too, right? All right. But remember, I explained how it works in aviation. So, but you can give examples of reverse logistics in other organizations based on what I just said. How would the VP improve reverse logistics at flycloud? So that's something you can come up with. I remember giving you a tip or two. One solution might be to set up, to have the manufacturer set up their base in the region. It might be cheaper, but that may not work. They may not be interested in doing it, right? But that is an option. Another option might be to train your staff to service some of these items. That may or may not be possible, but you have to explore several options, how to improve it, how to improve reverse logistics, right? Because there's a lead time issue. I just gave you some tips to work with. Present in summary form workable solutions to address delays that might be linked to the location of the key suppliers mentioned above. All right. So how you will address the delays. So that point kind of relates to the other point I just mentioned. So these pointers are just a guide. What with the catering subsidiary being accused of having an unsuitable location hub, do you think that such a reason is justified? You give your own answer. There's no wrong or right answer here. There's no wrong answer, I should say. All right. So if you think that the location is fine, say it's fine, and and look for other ways of addressing the problem. If you think that they should change the location, maybe to Saudi or wherever, then talk about it. So let's just give reasons for your position, for your answer. And finally, what factors might the VP consider before she plans to relocate, right? So if you do plan on relocating, what should you consider? And even if you're not relocating, you should still answer this. Even if you think that it should stay where it is, still say, however, if the VP would have considered relocation, or if I would have considered that recommendation for the VP, then she should have considered X, Y, Z. So when you're relocating, you need to consider many things. Cost. You need to consider if you relocate into a different country, do you have the resources and the infrastructure there? Several things you need to consider when you're changing your distribution hub. You know what I mean? Yes. All right. Now I'm going into just changing my screen here quickly. Right. So this is, I'm just going into the guideline layout. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can make it a bit smaller. Or make it a bit bigger. Hold on. Right. I think I got it. All right. So this is the guideline here. Just going to read it quickly. So it's pretty short, I must tell you. So for task 3, provide an introduction of the organization flycloud. That could be in one slide. Then as a guide, answer the questions listed in the question, but briefly. Answer the questions listed in the question. You see all those pointers all those questions that I just discussed, that I just read, answer them, right? And things to note, there's no wrong answer to your solution once it's justified. Yes, that's an important thing to note. Keep the notes in the slides short. You can have bullet points you can use bullet points. Don't present more than 10 slides. Keep it pretty short. Don't present more than 10 slides. Keep it short, right? And you can have a little conclusion at the end, right? You can make your work look pretty. You can come up with a logo for flycloud if you want, but enjoy the presentation. The presentation, it's low-hanging fruit. It's not difficult. About 10 minutes to present and 5 minutes Q&A, right? And that's it. Thank you very much.